Billy Porter here, and I have a special thing to share with you. It's a short story written by my friend Kay Weissman, who lives on the Motion Picture and Television Fund campus. This is a fun little passage where Kay learns something new. Join me in keeping it real for the vulnerable residents on the MPTF campus. And remember, we got to listen to our elders. These are our stories. So here we go. When I was around 9 years old, my mother had the talk with me. She told me that when you fell in love with someone on your wedding day, after the ceremony, when all the guests went home, you and your husband would make love. That was it. I had no idea what she was talking about. And although my mother was a sophisticated woman, she clearly had no idea how to handle the sex talk. Love to me was her letting me stay in bed on a Saturday morning and listening to my favorite radio show, Let's Pretend. It meant walking hand in hand with my father, going to Jeffrey's Barn in Burbank to watch wrestlers try to kill each other on a Sunday afternoon. I knew that was not what my mother meant, but I also didn't want to hear any of the details either. I had a group of girlfriends who decided we should tackle this mysterious subject at our next sleepover. The book Amboy Dukes by Irving Shulman kept coming up in our research. It was about a gang of tough boys who picked up girls, smoked grass, and used dirty language. Perfect! We heard there were some juicy parts in the book that would explain everything we needed to know. So at the sleepover, 6 of us jumped onto the bed, huddled together, eager to read what would be in store for us on our wedding night. As I recall, Patsy Arnold, the tallest of our group, was the chosen reader. Her heart started racing as he touched her throbbing breasts. Patsy stopped reading as we looked at each other and then at the little bumps on our chest. We didn't have a clue, but we blushed and giggled hysterically. Clearly, we were not ready for our tiny little breasts to throb, so we ditched the book and got out our stash of photoplay magazines, fantasizing that our lives would imitate the movie stars in the magazines. Years passed, and I became more and more involved with my career. Even if a boy had been interested in me, I would have been oblivious to it. Later, when I danced with Jose Greco, the men in the company were either married or gay, so the subject never came up. When I lived in Spain, my mother was my chaperone, so for sure there was no hanky-panky going on there. Back in Miami, I began teaching Spanish dancing. I was now in my 20s, very worldly in some ways, but still that little naive girl from Burbank. I became good friends with one of the other dance teachers, and although he and I danced beautifully together, I soon found out that my dear friend was not interested in women. To mend my broken heart, I took a job dancing on a cruise ship headed for Europe. One day, while pining away, I thought I was having a heart attack. I went to see the ship's doctor, Epithemios Papagiannakos. He didn't speak a lick of English, and I didn't speak any Greek. But by the time we got to the Canary Islands, I found out what all the fuss was about. I was now ready for my next adventure. MPTF is an organization that is a safety net for all people of the entertainment industry. Check them out online, and please play your part by supporting this great cause. Thank you so much.